Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to use the custom filtering capabilities of Eye in the Sky Screener. So if you don't find the things that you're looking for to filter on in these other tabs, you can go over to this custom tab on the right, and this allows you to use any information in Eye in the Sky Screener to further refine your focus list or search results. So what you would do is select a field name from this first column, and let's just say we want a PE ratio of less than 15. So I choose PE ratio, then I go over to operator here, and I choose less than, and then I go over to value and type in 15. Now for any of these to take effect, you have to leave the row. So if I tab out of that, you'll notice that the record count turned into 3 dots, and then it went down to 1,500 records from 6,000 records. You can define as many of these as you want, and they all combine with each other to further refine your results. If you wanted to see more of these at a time, you can grab this black line, it's called a resizer bar, and drag it down, so that way you can see more entries in this grid as you're defining it. So the next thing I wanted to do in this example is look for a forward PE ratio that is less than the current PE ratio. So I'd choose current PE ratio or PE ratio from this field name optional column, the second column. And you can compare a field to either a specific value or the value of another field, which makes it very flexible in the way that you use this. So I tab out of this and it further refines the results. And it went from 1,500 records on down to 538 records. And now let's say that we want to see the price. Let's grab the price. It's about in the middle of the list here. There it is. And we want to see the price is over the 50-day EMA. So we go over to the second column here and look for the 50-day EMA. And there's a percentage and a specific value field. I calculate the raw value of the exponential moving averages, and then I also calculate a percentage from the current price value as well. So you could use either one of those values in your custom filtering, but for this particular filter that we're defining, we're actually looking at the raw value of the 50-day EMA and the price to be compared to each other. So we don't want to grab the percentage in this case. And so I leave the field on that, and it further refines my results down to, let's see here, to 343 records. And you can combine as many of these as you want. So let's say we also wanted the price to be less than the 200-day EMA. So we go over to here and select less than, and then we select in the second field here the 200-day EMA. There it is. And we go out of that row there, and it'll update our records to 19. Now we got a nice little focus list that we can look at and quickly evaluate those things. So I could resize my bar here to, let me just grab that. And then we could just scroll through these using any one of the My Web pages, whether it be FinViz or Stock Charts, whichever charting program web page that you want to look at, and just kind of scroll through these resulting records and evaluate them based on their patterns or indicators. And also, if you want to see more of the web page down below, you can click this button on the right and it'll expand the web page section of the screen and hide your filtering criteria at the top momentarily, so that you can just really quick scroll through these websites and see more of the website without having to look at the filtering criteria up above, which would limit the space. And when you're done there looking through these and adding them to your list, you can go and hit this minus button and it'll take it back to normal. Now after you've done a lot of these, you probably want to go ahead and save that, so I'd encourage you to go check out my video talking about saved filters. But basically you choose this create new from My Filters and save it as a specific filter name. That way when you come back into the program, you can just select that new filter you created from the list without having to type these over again. Now let's say also one last thing I'd like to cover. You got partially through defining one of these, and then you changed your mind. You said, well, I don't really want to filter on industry any longer. You hit the escape key on your keyboard, and that'll remove the record. If you get partially into this record as well, like say you got farther than that and you've selected a couple different things. Let's see, we'll grab industry and equal to. So we got part of the way through. You can actually hit the escape key, and it didn't remove the row in this case because you got past the first column. But you hit the escape key, then you highlight the arrow on the left next to the first field name, and then you can hit the delete key on your keyboard, and that'll remove the row. That works for all the rows that you've already defined as well. Say you wanted to get rid of the PE ratio stuff, you could click on that row up there on the left, and then holding either your Control or Shift keys on your keyboard and highlight all the ones you want to delete, and then I could hit the delete key on my keyboard right now to remove those rows, which I'll go ahead and do real quick. And now you're only left with the comparison of price to 50-day and 200-day EMA. So it's very flexible. It's really powerful, actually. You can use any information, whether it be technical or fundamental in the system, to narrow your focus list. So I strongly encourage you to check out this feature. It'll make your life much easier as far as getting a very narrow focus list. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me. The email address is questions@eyeintheskyscreener.com. And also, I'd encourage you to attend a webinar event. I hold those every week, and you can find the information on that on my education page on my website. And be sure to RSVP if you're interested, because there's only a limited amount of space for those events. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and have a great day. Thank you very much.